Good morning, good morning, good morning. Like, subscribe, and share, man, if you can. Alright. Just coming from getting my morning workout on, my run. I see, man, today's the first day of school, man, in a lot of places, right? And I'm like, man, take you back on memory lane, like the things Mom Dukes used to have to do to make sure we had to go back to school with. Like, man, she had 3 boys. I'm the youngest of 3. And she always made sure, man, we didn't have a lot. Man, I come from I come from a poor home. I come from a poor background. It was hard for my mom raising us kids, but she made it happen. She always made sure we had enough for that first week. We would get our school. I'll go back to school consisted of the book bag full of stuff. But we had a week's worth of clothes, max 2 pair of tennis shoes, 2 pair of gym shoes, and that had to hold us to Christmas. That's what it was. And Mom Dukes always made it happen. Whatever she had to do, she made sure we had something to go back. Well, we was fresh going back. It might not have been the top tier everything, but she made sure we was fresh and clean. She made that a business, and I'm like, man, I'm sitting back just thinking, man, like, man, how strong of a woman my mom was, like raising us. My mom, she had it hard, because she did it on her own. But one thing she never did, she never left us. She never left us. She always kept us together under the same roof. She always made sure she kept a hot meal on that table. We went times where we didn't have lights and shit, but she always made sure we had a roof over our freaking head, man. But that's how it was coming up in them late 70s as a single mother. It was tough, That's why I give my mom so many props till this day. She's a soldier, My mom's a queen. And I carry it like that with her till this day. That's why I give her anything. Before she could get it out, it's already there, That's how it is with her, man. That's how I go to bat for Mom Dukes. It's like, man, I'm just sitting back thinking, like, man, I never spent the night at a friend's house. Not one time. She if it wasn't my Aunt Tassie or my grandmother's house, wasn't spending the night at no friend's house. And we used to think, like, man, she's so damn evil, man. She mean. But it's like, man, she was protecting her kids. We didn't see it that way at the time. At the time, we were just thinking she was just being, she was just being a mean ass. She was just being a bitch about it. That's our mentality as little dummies, dumb little niggas. That's how we thinking. But she was protecting her kids. She was protecting her cubs. I'm like, man, no matter what happened, my mother never left us, man. We always all stayed under the same roof. She never left us with this relative, that friend. She never did that. And I salute her. I salute her to the T for that. That's like now, me and my mom, we talk so in depth about stuff. Because I remember so much. I was the young one. I was the youngest boy, and I was quiet. I didn't do a lot of talking even back then, So she didn't too much have to worry about me, because I would grab a book, go sit down and read, Because I always wore specs. Always had bad eyes. So I was the one that just sat back, read, stayed out the way, but I saw everything. I was blind as shit, but I seen everything. And I remember so vividly everything, So it's like, man, I be just thinking, like, man, my mom was a trooper, man. It's like she was the black sheep of the family. So with that being said, if your mother's the black sheep of the family, that means the kids are going to be the black sheep of the family, right? And that's how it inherently goes down in the black community. So, but what my mom do, she took it like a champ. She ain't kissed no ass. She kept it moving and made sure she had her boys. You know what I mean? That's just how it was. And my mom would kill over us, man. You touch one of her kids, she would go ballistic. You know what I mean? That's her mindset. Protect at all costs. You know, and man, I got so much respect for her for that. You know, and it's like, man, we didn't understand as kids. As kids, you don't understand what life is really about. But man, the things she went through to protect us and to keep a roof over our head, to feed us, man, she made something out of nothing, bro. You know what I mean? She would cook up, she would whip up meals, man, from nothing, and we would go to bed full. You know what I mean? We would go to bed full, but it's like, man, that's why I'm so particular about what I eat today, though. Cause it's like, man, I saw the stuff we had that she always had to scale with her money. So we always had to get the cheap packages of this and the cheap that. So you know what I mean? And it's like now I'm real meticulous about what I put in my body. I can't take that bottom bread ass meat shit. I can't. That shit don't sit on my stomach. I can't eat it. You know what I mean? It's like, man, I work too hard to eat some peasant ass food. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? I'm not, but I understand if you have to, you have to do what you have to do. But I'm talking about me per se. You know what I mean? That's why my eating habits is so different and so particular about what I eat and what I don't eat. I like certain quality of stuff, and that's what I like. And it's just that simple, you know. But I like, man, just think back, man, like the shit my mom had to go through. It's like, man, like my pops, I met him. I got vivid memories of him. But the clearest memory I have of my dad, my mom used to take us to this park. I think it was 47th Street, like 47th and Racine or something like that. And, you know, I was a kid. I don't even know how old I was. I was a shorty, though. You know what I mean? My mom used to take me down there to see him. And he would be at the park, him and his homeboys and shit. They be sitting out there on their cars and shit, drinking and shit. But my vivid memory of my pops was handing me a Slit Smart Liquor Bull beer can. And I remember hitting it. That's the vividest memory I have of my pops. Damn shame, but that's the truth, you know what I mean? But Mom Dukes, she was always there. That was Mom, that was Pops. She was everything, you know. That's why I give her so much, man, so much respect to this day, man. And even now, it's like, man, I slip up, curse around my mom and stuff, but it's like, man, I give my mom the utmost respect, man, because she raised some troopers, man, and that's where I get my determination from. I get that from my mother. I got so many attributes that's just like her. You know what I mean? From attitude on down, like certain shit I'm not tolerating. I'm not kissing no ass to make you accept anything about me. None of that. You know, and I get all them qualities from my mother. You know, and I cold-heartedly understand that, and I take full, man. I take all of that. You know, man. But this just, man, giving a real big ups to Mom Dukes, man. The things mothers, single mothers and fathers have to go through to keep their kids afloat. Especially, man, if you was coming up in those late 70s and 80s, man, it was tough, man, because it wasn't as many programs and stuff like that to help single mothers and shit, man. So my mom had to do it on her own, you know. And it's like, man, we always had, all their sisters had houses. My grandmother and them always stayed in the same house, same big ass house, my entire childhood. But we was the kid and the grandkids that always was outed. You understand? So it's like, man, it was you know, family shit. But it's like My mom she never gave up on her boys, man. And I had a little sister later on down the line, but talking about that early on childhood when it was just her with her 3 boys, it was tough for her, but man, she trooped up and kept it G, and she always kept us under the same roof at all times, man. So this was a salute to all the moms out there to keep it going for the kids, man. And all you pops out there, man, if y'all around, man, get in your kids' lives, bro. Because they definitely need that male role model. They definitely need that father figure. I definitely needed mine. Because I went to the streets looking as a replacement. You understand? That was my replacement as a father. I hit the streets. So that's what we usually do. But man, this is a shout out to all the moms out there that's standing tall and keeping it moving for the shorties, man. Salute, salute, salute. Man, like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Yeah, Shot Town's finest. And we out.